Good morning.
Hey, what's up good people, it's YellowMotion here and welcome to a new Devil May Cry 5 video. I recently made a video talking about the future of the Devil May Cry series, mainly asking, discussing, and diving deep on mainly one question. What's next for the Devil May Cry series after Devil May Cry 5? Will we get a special edition or straight up a sequel as in Devil May Cry 6? Well, if you want to know what I had to say about that, I highly recommend for you to watch that video first, because this video will be kind of a follow-up to it, as I want to share with you some updates and my thoughts on it, as the title of this video should say enough. As I explained in my previous video, that in order to kind of understand what's next for the series, we have to kind of go back and see how the DMC games have come and gone throughout the years, and how several things have affected the series, such as the game's reception by the critics, the reception by the fans, and last but not least, how it's been sales-wise for Capcom. And it's no secret and surprise that Devil May Cry 5 has been doing really well sales-wise. After it made a comeback 11 years later, it shipped around 2 million copies within the first 2 weeks of its release, making Devil May Cry 5 the fastest and best-selling DMC game in the entire series to date, as DMC5 was the very first game to achieve that record in the series, as previously that record was held by Devil May Cry 4, as it shipped around 2 million copies within the first month of its release. And by this huge milestone of DMC5, Capcom expected that its sales would reach to 3 million units by the end of 2019. By the end of June of this year, DMC5 had already shipped around 2.5 million units. And as of right now, Capcom has recently updated its sales numbers. As of September the 30th, DMC5 has now shipped around 2.7 million copies in total, which is already a huge milestone by itself, as it's still the fastest and best-selling DMC game to date to reach this number. As DMC5 as of right now is still behind DMC4 in terms of sales, which sold around 3 million copies in its entire lifetime, and that's really excluding the special edition of DMC4 that came 7 years later. But if DMC5 reaches the 3 million milestone, it will be by far the most successful DMC game in history, as the current milestone of 2.7 million units shipped has already surpassed any other DMC game than what they made in its entire lifespan on its original release. And I really wouldn't be surprised if Capcom would again publish numbers by the end of this year, and it would even reach or surpass their projected target of 3 million sales. So yeah, it's doing really well. And something that I also mentioned was that DMC5 is not only doing very well in sales, but it also getting the recognition it now deserves, because it already had won several awards in Japan, including the award for excellence in its visual and sound category. And it doesn't stop there, because as of right now, DMC5 can add another award in its shelf, as it recently has won the Golden Joystick Award for Best Visual Design.
Devil May Cry 5.
And this is pretty huge if you ask me. It has been nominated among games such as Kingdom Hearts 3, Control, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Outer Wilds, Metro Exodus, and Sekiro. But winning the award for visual design means that you really have crafted your game very well to be recognized and achieve that award. As with visual design, it's pretty much in line with the art direction of a game, where you have to think not just about how the game looks in terms of graphics and the style you want to approach that you're going for with the game, but also how it's being portrayed artistically and design-wise with the entire game, and how you are showcasing that, as everything should feel in line with each other, such as the design of the characters, levels, props, environments, and so forth, and how it's been used in the game to create that special ambience and mood that you are seeing, not only with the characters, but also with the levels, cutscenes, and in gameplay, of course. All pretty much resulting in the mood and the vibe and the look and the feel that the game gives you while you're playing it the entire time. And it's actually really astonishing, if you ask me, that Devil May Cry 5 has won this award. Just alone for Devil May Cry 5 to be nominated in this category, which each one of them already look absolutely great on their own design and style-wise. That really says a lot, especially considering that the series was pretty much absent for a whole decade. And winning something like this after you made your comeback 10 years later is something really astonishing. And in my opinion, Capcom and the entire DMC5 team in Osaka should pop the champagne bottles, which I assume they already did, as they shouldn't take this for granted at all. So yeah, good job guys, well deserved. And not to mention, this wasn't the only award for Capcom, because Resident Evil 2 Remake also won the Golden Joystick Award for Best Audio in a Game.
Resident Evil 2!
And most importantly, it won the big one of the show, the Ultimate Game of the Year Award for 2019.
Resident Evil 2!
Yeah, it's been a good year for Capcom for sure, as it further shows that they are on the right path and on the right mindset in making great games again. And Resident Evil 2 and Devil May Cry 5 are surely the results of that, as the future of both of them looks really bright for what's next to come for the series. But guys, that's not all, because as of right now, Devil May Cry 5 has also been nominated for 2 more awards for the upcoming Game Awards that will be held on December the 12th. As the 2 categories that DMC5 has been nominated for are the category for Best Action Game, with other nominees such as Apex Legends, Astral Chain, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Gears 5, and Metro Exodus, which is for the best game in the action genre focused primarily on combat. And the second category, where DMC5 has been nominated for, is for Best Music and Score. Other nominees in the music category are Cadence of Hyrule, Death Stranding, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Sayonara Wild Hearts. So think about how the original music is composed for the game and how it's been used in the game as well, which besides original music can also be a licensed music. And as we all know, as for DMC5, nothing but original music has been made and scored for the game, starting with the themes of Nero, Dante, and V, since it's making good use of the original composed music and how it's also been used dynamically in gameplay. And of course, I think that Devil May Cry 5 should absolutely win that of the best action game, because that's what really DMC5 is all about. It's the best in its stylish action genre. Although I do think it's a shame that Devil May Cry 5 isn't being nominated for the Game of the Year award at the Game Awards, I think we all should be glad that it's still getting recognized and noticed, as that's very important, especially knowing that the series is pretty much being revived after it was absent for more than 10 years. So guys, I think we as fans have a duty to cast our vote on these 2 categories and make absolutely sure that Devil May Cry 5 is going to win them both. As I put the links in the description below so you can go right there and make your vote for Devil May Cry 5. So yeah guys, Devil May Cry 5 is doing really well sales-wise, and Capcom is of course very happy with it, with all of these awards and nomination that it's gotten. And I'll keep you up to date on what's next. And that's all I have for this video guys. I quickly wanted to share my thoughts and opinions and just let you know what is up with Devil May Cry 5 and bring you the news and the updates to it. So I again highly recommend to watch my previous video if you haven't done so, where I talk about the future of the Devil May Cry series and pretty much go through each game and talk about how it's been in the past and what made them great and how it's been for the series down the road with its own ups and downs. And make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below on what you want to see next for Devil May Cry, whether it's for Devil May Cry 6 or the special edition. And as always guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like and share it. And also make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. And if you want to get updates and get connected, you can follow me at YellowMotion on social media. And that'll do it for me guys for this one. Thanks a lot for watching, and I see you guys in the next one. Peace!